was 19 years old, working the night shift at a 24-hour gas station on the edge of my town. Most nights were painfully boring. A few customers, the hum of the fridge coolers, and the occasional car pulling in. The scariest thing I expected was falling asleep on the job. But one night proved me completely wrong. It was about 2:30 in the morning. The lot outside was empty, and I was leaning on the counter scrolling through my phone when the automatic door slid open. A man walked in. At first, I thought nothing of it. But then I realized he wasn't moving like a normal customer. He just stood there, halfway inside the store, staring at me. The door closed behind him, and for a good 10 seconds, he didn't say a word. I remember my skin prickling like my body knew something was wrong before my brain did. Finally, I said, "Hey, how's it going?" No answer. He slowly walked over to the coffee station, picked up an empty cup, and crushed it in his hand like it was nothing. He didn't pour any coffee. He just stared at me the entire time while he crumpled the cup. I tried to laugh it off and went back behind the register, but I kept my eyes on him. He started pacing up and down the aisles, dragging his hand along the shelves. Every so often, he'd stop and tilt his head, like he was listening to something only he could hear. After about a minute, almost a whisper, and he said, "You're here all alone, aren't you?" My stomach dropped. I lied immediately. "No, my coworker's in the back." He smiled faintly, like he didn't believe me. Then he came right up to the counter and placed a single pack of gum in front of me. When I reached for it, I noticed his knuckles were raw and bleeding. He leaned in so close I could smell his breath and whispered, "Do you want to know what's in my car?" I froze. My heart was pounding so hard I thought he could hear it. I shook my head and told him, "No, I don't." He just smiled wider, this slow, chilling grin that made me want to run out of the store. He grabbed the gum, shoved it in his pocket, and walked out without paying. I watched as he climbed into a beat-up old sedan. But instead of driving away, he just sat there in the parking lot, headlights off, engine running, facing the store. I locked the doors immediately and grabbed the phone under the counter. I called the police, whispering so he wouldn't see me on the phone. For 10 minutes, he didn't move, just sat there, staring at the front doors. Finally, right before the police arrived, he pulled out of the lot and disappeared into the night. I never saw him again. To this day, I don't know who he was or what was in that car, but I'll never forget the way he asked me that question, as if he wanted me to find out the answer the hard way.